McDonald's is one of the world's largest fast food restaurant chains, serving over 69 million customers daily in more than 100 countries. However, just over 80 years ago, it was a small roadside cafe. The story of these restaurants begins with the McDonald's brothers, having accumulated a small capital as Hollywood set decorators. Their first McDonald's restaurant was opened in 1940 by Maurice and Richard McDonald in San Bernardino, California. Initially, it was a drive-in cafe, but recognizing its success, the brothers decided to make some changes. The revamped eatery introduced a fundamentally new way of food preparation through the implementation of assembly line techniques. The innovation lay in creating a technological assembly line where the process of preparing and serving food was broken down into positions, each assigned to a specific employee. Staff actions were simple and uniform, yet the sequence was strictly followed. This idea became foundational for the fast food industry. The conveyor belt technology for preparing light breakfasts, hamburgers, and other fast food items was successfully launched and gained popularity. The cafe's menu was reduced to 11 popular items, and customers didn't need cutlery, since everything was conveniently packaged. The brothers also developed a simple and efficient format called the Speedy Service System. It included a self-service center, eliminating the need for waitresses, and customers received their food quickly because hamburgers were prepared in advance, packaged, and kept warm under heat lamps. These innovations allowed them to charge only 15 cents for a regular hamburger, roughly half the price of competitors. Customers flocked to the restaurant, making it highly profitable. In 1952, the brothers decided to transform and streamline their business further. Through marketing innovations, tables were placed close to each other and chairs were uncomfortable. This clever marketing strategy was designed to prevent customers from lingering, enabling the service of a large number of visitors each day. This tactic was later adopted by other well-known fast food brands like KFC and Subway. Originally, McDonald's distinctive feature was a chef's hat placed on top of the hamburger, known as Speedy. In 1962, the golden arches replaced its Speedy. Later, the character Ronald McDonald the Clown was introduced in 1965, targeting a younger audience. By the mid-1950s, the McDonald's brothers restaurant was earning them twice as much profit as in the 1940s, making them approximately $350,000 annually. However, the family restaurant business was stagnant until Ray Kroc appeared on the scene. After visiting the establishment, he realized that such a service system could work almost anywhere, especially with tasty and relatively inexpensive food. The brothers were not interested in expanding and turning their business into a restaurant chain. Ray Kroc took on this challenge, and in 1955, the company called McDonald's System was established, selling restaurant franchises. To obtain the right to use the brand created by the McDonald's brothers for 20 years, one had to pay only $950. Franchising was already a known concept at the time. However, Ray Kroc approached his new venture with full responsibility. He didn't sell franchises to everyone, but carefully selected competent restaurateurs. The first year of McDonald's operation under Kroc's leadership was not as fruitful as he had hoped. Only 18 franchises were sold. One of the buyers of the McDonald's franchise was a local journalist named Sanford Gate, who had accumulated about $25,000 over his lifetime. He had long dreamed of starting his own business, carefully studying the restaurant industry. The brief history of the McDonald's brand asserts that this moment was a key turning point in the company's development. Sanford Gate demonstrated how to make money in the restaurant business. Within 2 years, the former journalist's income surpassed Ray Kroc's financial status. Aspiring entrepreneurs began flocking to the McDonald's brand. Fast food restaurant owners paid $950 for the license and handed over 1.9% of each restaurant's revenue. The McDonald's brothers received only 0.05% of these funds, with the rest going to Ray Kroc. The official story of the McDonald's brand dates back to 1955, when Ray Kroc managed to register the corporation under the name McDonald's System Incorporated. 5 years later, the decision was made to rename the company to McDonald's Corporation. The franchising company rapidly expanded. After 4 years, the number of McDonald's chain restaurants reached 228 establishments in various states across America. Interested businessmen frequently approached, requesting franchise purchases. Ray Kroc's vision was that there would be 1,000 McDonald's restaurants only in the United States. A pivotal moment in McDonald's development occurred in 1961, when Ray Kroc became determined to buy the brand from the McDonald's brothers. As per the deal, Morris and Richard demanded $2.7 million and 1% of the company's total income monthly. To gather the required amount, Kroc had to seek a loan. The condition where the first network founders were to receive 1% of the corporation's income was a verbal agreement, undocumented and never fulfilled. The chief financier of McDonald's, Harry Sonnenborn, managed to find creditors willing to invest. However, one day before the deal, they demanded additional guarantees. Ray Kroc found a way out by registering a new company, Franchise State, which dealt with leasing and buying land for new McDonald's restaurants. The scheme worked perfectly. The future owner of the land bought a McDonald's franchise for 20 years at a rate of $700 per month. Then the land was subleased at a price of $1,000 per month, with a deposit of $10,000. Half of this amount was refunded after 10 years, and the second half at the end of the lease term. Meanwhile, the conditions of the 1.9% turnover remained in force. As a result, Ray Kroc remained the owner of the plots where McDonald's restaurants appeared, while the owners of the establishments paid rent. This allowed him to control the territory through ownership and franchise licenses. Understanding the vital importance of franchises for the company's success, Kroc developed strict standards for how each McDonald's should operate, from food preparation to cleaning. To ensure standardized operations, he created a program later known as Hamburger University to train franchisees. In less than 10 years after Kroc became the sole owner of McDonald's, the amount of network locations exceeded 1,000. Thanks to these numbers, the company went public, and its shares began trading publicly in 1965 under the ticker MCD. Since 1968, McDonald's restaurants started expanding to other countries. The first fast food restaurant opened in Canada. Within 12 years, establishments appeared in Europe, Asia, Latin America, Australia, and Africa. The company's history continued with an unexpected departure. From the position of leader by Ray Kroc, he entrusted his student Frederick Turner, who started as a waiter and quickly became Kroc's favorite, to take over the high position. Once Frederick took over, his first move was to improve McDonald's operational standards. Now, using one grill for frying more than 24 patties was prohibited, and exactly 1 pound of beef was required for 10 portions. French fries had to be made 2.8 inches thick. The new owner of McDonald's paid a lot of attention to developing new restaurant projects. Colored tiles were replaced with bricks, and sloping golden arches on the roofs were replaced with mansard roofs, significantly increasing the interior space. In 1975, Turner opened restaurants called McAuto, where it took 50 seconds to serve one customer. Drivers could place orders and receive food without leaving their cars. They quickly gained popularity, contributing almost half of the network's total income. Under Frederick Turner's management, new restaurants were regularly opened. Only in 1974, 515 establishments were opened, and the total number was in the thousands. Thanks to Turner, the McDonald's brand appeared in more than 100 countries worldwide. In the late 1970s, competition from other hamburger chains such as Burger King and Wendy's intensified. Companies began a fierce battle for market share. The period of aggressive advertising campaigns and sharp price reductions in the early 1980s became known as the Burger Wars. Throughout the 1980s, McDonald's diversified its menu further to cater to changing consumer tastes. Chicken McNuggets were introduced in 1983, and by the end of the year, McDonald's was the second largest retail seller of chicken in the world. Ready-to-eat salads were introduced in 1987 to attract more health-conscious consumers. McDonald's growth in the United States reflected internationally. By 1991, 37% of sales came from restaurants outside the USA. By the end of the 20th century, McDonald's expanded beyond the hamburger business, acquiring the Mexican restaurant chain Chipotle, Donato's Pizza and Boston Market in the United States, as well as Aroma Cafe and a share of the Pret a Manger sandwich restaurant chain in the United Kingdom. However, by the end of 2008, McDonald's no longer owned any of these companies and did not have a stake in them, instead focusing on its own brand. In 2006, McDonald's introduced its Forever Young brand, redesigning all its restaurants, marking the first major design change since the 1970s. It resembled a coffee shop with wooden tables, fox leather chairs, and muted colors. The warmer interior had less plastic and more brick and wood, and modern pendant lights created softer lighting. Many restaurants offered free Wi-Fi and televisions. Today, there are more than 36,000 McDonald's restaurants worldwide, second only to the Subway chain in terms of quantity. More than a third of them are located in the United States. Japan holds the second place, followed by China. These three countries account for the majority of McDonald's restaurants worldwide. The corporation's revenue is generated through lease payments, royalties, and fees paid by franchisees, as well as sales in company-operated restaurants. The company owns all the land on which its restaurants are located, estimated to be worth approximately $18 billion. The United Kingdom and Ireland's business model differs from the US model in that fewer than 30% of the restaurants operate as franchises, with the majority of them being company-owned. In 2021, the company removed inexpensive items and cheaper products from its menu, focusing on more expensive offerings. Currently, McDonald's primarily sells hamburgers, various types of chicken, chicken sandwiches, french fries, non-alcoholic beverages, breakfast items, and desserts. In most markets, McDonald's offers salads and vegetarian dishes, sushi, and other local foods. McDonald's main competitors include Subway, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Papa John's Pizza, and Pizza Hut, but Burger King is considered its primary rival in the competitive landscape. Most of the restaurants are set up as standard cafes, with counters for taking orders. Many of them have drive-through service for motorists. Additionally, the McCafe concept was introduced in 1993, creating a network of coffee-style cafes. Reports indicated that McCafe outlets generated 15% more revenue than regular McDonald's outlets. Some locations are integrated with gas stations and stores, while others, known as McExpress, have limited seating or menus and can be located in a shopping center. Other McDonald's restaurants are located within Walmart stores. McStop is a place designed for long-haul truckers and travelers who can avail themselves of truck parking services. For decades, McDonald's has conducted an extensive advertising campaign to traditional media channels. In addition to traditional media channels, the company extensively uses billboards and signs and sponsors sports events ranging from minor leagues to the World Cup and the Olympic Games. Television plays a central role in the company's advertising strategy.